Hi guys, Joseph here today. We're doing another Joseph car video, and today we're doing another one on my 2003 Saab 9.5, and today I'll be showing you how to replace your petrol fuel filter on your 2.3 litre. Yeah, that's what I've got, is a 2.3 litre Aero Hot. By the way guys, there are 3 different types of filters. There's one for a 180 brake horsepower and a 220 brake horsepower and a 250. You need to check, make sure you know what your horsepower is, because you don't want to accidentally get the wrong one. I don't know what's different about it. I'm not a scientist, by the way. I've just seen different things and I'm just letting you know that, guys, just so you don't make a mistake. Yeah, I've got the correct one. Mine's a 250, by the way. Mine's a 250 brake horsepower. So, yeah, let's get down to the car right now. Right, guys, I got the vehicle jacked up. So there we go, we got it on a jack in the rear. I should tell you where I'm jacking it. I was going to give you some idea where I've jacked it. I'm jacking it off the beam. I'm jacking it off the beam, so this shouldn't go anywhere. And now we should start on a mount you, and I'm going to start snipping the thing off this cases. I'm going to place these down, guys, and I'm going to start. Right, guys, we're going to start by cutting this little cutter here. Cut this here. So I'm going to get my cutters on this cable tie. Got some wire cutters. These cuts don't seem to want to cut anything yet. I'm weakening it now. This will come out once I cut this. I'm going to pause there. Right, guys, I'm getting there with it. You just have to kind of you're weakening it a bit. That's what I'm doing here, guys. That's what you need to kind of do, is just weaken it. If you're like, actually just cut it. This is a very strong, by the way. Nearly there with it. I'm going to pause until I've actually come through it. I'm getting there, closer and closer. I'm going to pause here. Right, guys, I've cut through it finally. I had to actually give a good hard push. So now, guys, this cover should come off. It should come off relatively easy. That's off. That's the case. Now we reveal the filter here. This is relatively easy, really. Now we've got banjo bolts each side, so I'm going to show you the first one. This is 22mm. So you've got to grip that, and you've got to get a socket on there. So I'm going to pause here and find my socket here. Right, guys, you're also going to need to put a bolt under your filter here, because it is going to spray out fuel when you undo this line here. So what you do is you get your open end of your 22mm spanner, put it on there, and now you get your ratchet. Don't know if it's on tight or loose there. That's loose, that's tighten. That's, sorry guys. Here you go, that's unloosened. It's gonna spurt fuel, so I'm just gonna move you back here, guys. Here you go. There you go, it did spray fuel. It does smell nice, petrol, just to be honest with you guys. It does have a nice smell to it. Now I'm going to leave that now, and I'm going to shift you around the other side. I'm going to undo the other side. So I'm going to pause here. Right guys, it's got an 18mm banjo bolt this side as well. You can't actually fit sockets, I'm using a spanner here. Got a 19 on the other here. One. This is a very tight space too. I'm going to pause until I found my size here, so I'm going to pause. Right guys, it figures that it is a 19mm. So I need to get my just going to find, I'm going to out spanner on these. So just wait guys. Got my 28mm spanner. I'm just going to move you back a bit so you don't get sprayed with fuel guys. So right guys, so that's what I mean, I was making a mistake here, got it undone there. I managed to break it loose. Get your catch can prepared here because there's a lot of fuels just about to come out. I'm going to actually undo the other side first, so I'm going to pause and just move you round here. Right guys, I'm just going to go and grab the other sides guys. There you go, I know which size I need to get. So I need to just probably do this by hand guys. I don't think I need anything. I just want to catch a can above it. You'll see what happens in a sec. Oops. Got you a bit. I'm going to shift you back a bit. You'll see got this a bit. I'm just going to get the rate down. That's dropping. You'll see how quick it's going to drop in. There you go guys. Now also it's a must that you change the crush washers. So yeah guys, just pop off the crush washer, which I've just done. And remember the orientation that they're going. So what I'm going to do guys, is I'm just going to put it in an order. Make sure you remember that one goes in which direction it's supposed to go in. So just remember that guys. Now I'm just going to move you round guys. So I'm going to pause here. So right guys, let's undo this nut. I need my 19 here. The drop's going to go faster here guys, so just let that go for a minute before I take it fully out. No. about to drop here. Each one goes faster than the other one dropped. A lot of petrol just dropped there. So you do need a bit of rag to drop wash, but the remaining fuel out. A lot of fuel did come out there, as you did see. I'm just going to let it drop here. I'm just going to take it off the line there. You do want to let these little crush washers drop. And just let the other washers drop. You can't get these washers mixed up, by the way. It's impossible. It does. So you keep them as clean as you possibly. Which I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it in the fuel. That's what I feel like I'm going to do. I'll just put them in the fuel just to make sure there's nothing on them. I don't want to make fuel issues. So right guys, now I'm going to pause and I'm going to position you so we can undo this bolt. So I'm going to pause here. So right guys, undo this bolt. I don't know if you can see it right there. You're going to need a 10mm socket. So I'm going to position you and I'm going to start undo. So I'm going to position you and I'm going to start. So I'm going to pause here. I'm just getting my socket, so I'm just going to be there in a sec. When you get your filter for this, you do need a specifically 250 brake horsepower filter. The filter will drop, so I need you to hold it. The filter will drop in a minute. So what I'm gonna have to do, going to drop the filter here. A lot come out, just so you see guys. So you did see. And now I'm just going to take the case off and I'm just going to drop it in there guys. So now I'm going to pause. I'm just going to go and grab my new filter, so I'm going to pause here. So right guys, there's also an arrow on the fuel filter and that's the flow of the fuel. So you want it. Right guys, just remember that flowing arrow to go to the front of the car. We're at the rear on the driver's side. I'll take the two caps off. So yeah guys, just remember that and then we're going to start installing it. So I'm going to pause and start this job right now. And the important part of this filter is never reuse the old O-rings. Always use some new ones. So it comes with some O-rings. This filter does come with O-rings. There's 2 big ones and 2 small ones. So yeah, I'll show you why you have 4 of them. I'll show you why. So I'm going to start getting this in. So I'm going to start right now. So right guys, I've got the nut here. It must come with copper O-rings really. Some of them do come with aluminium. So there's our nut, and now we've got to get our O-ring to put on the nut. Find me O-rings, here they are. So yeah, you need to use these O-rings. I'm just going to get the O-ring out, and this is the small nut I'm holding. Now I'm just going to get an O-ring out here. We want the small O-ring here. This is like a. So here guys, then it goes on to the bottom of the nut. So there you go guys. Make sure you put that on there before installation. So I'm going to pause and then we're going to start mounting the filter on. And also just get the other nut. I just dropped it in my drain pan. Put it on a bit of rag, dry it out. So now we want a bigger O-ring here. So you need your big O-ring. So then guys, go straight on. So the O-rings are on there, so you're wondering why you have two left. Well, they go on after you've threaded the bolt onto the lines, so you do need it both sides. So I'll show you all the steps, so this becomes an easy job. So let's start installation. So I'm going to pause here and start. Right guys, I've got it in there, and also make sure the flow arrow points to the front. And now you're going to put it in our clamp here. Just make sure you get it on the correct way. The clamp's got a little locator tab, points up. So you just make sure you get the locator tab in. So yeah guys, we need to start threading this in. There you go. This one's an easy one to do. This is not such a hard clamp like the Volvo. But the job is harder than doing it on the Volvo though. So yeah guys, I'm going to pause until I've threaded this in. Right guys, I've got it all threaded in. So now guys, we've got that threaded. That means we can start the bolts. You can't get mixers out. Yeah, we'll put the wrong one. See, if you try and put the wrong one, it won't go in. So yeah, just to show you. So once you put it on, this is where the other washer's needed, guys. So right guys, it's where I told you about your other bit of washers. That's why I told you need the other washer. We need it now. It's the smaller one. It's now that we do need the small one. So we are using these 4 washers. Just tilt you forward. I do have a new tripod by the way guys, in case you don't know. So right guys, so here you go, there's a small washer we need. Now I'm going to show you where you need to put it, so I'll just put these on the side for a sec. Here you go. Here guys. So now, this is it. You slot that in. Right guys, I've got my 2 crush washers, and do not lose them again. I just found mine underneath my drain pan. I haven't put it in right. Got to slide my filter along. Put it along too far. So I just have to do a realignment of my filter guys. So I'm just have to pause here. Right guys, I've got it back in. I'm just starting these lines off. We're going to tighten these up later. So there you go, I'll do for now. Put on new crush washers. You don't want to crush these washers too much. So I'm going to pause here. And I'm going to shift you around the other side so you can see the other side. Just move it. So I'll be back to show you the other side. So right guys, just like before. So first is you're going to push your washer through the line. I'm about to show you guys. Just like we did the other side. And now guys, it's the same as the other side. Is you slot your bolt in. So now guys, I'm just going to slot the washer in and I'm going to shift you round. So now I'm going to pause and just shift you round. So I'll be back once I shifted you. Any second now. So right guys, now we've got this started. Is now I've just got to slot it in to the filter. Just like I did the other side here. Same repeats. That's the start. I'll just put them hand tight and now we're going to torque them. You do not want to over tighten this. You only want to get it to pinch them up. Don't over tighten this. You don't want to do what some people do and they over tighten this. I've seen it happen before. So you'll get your 26mm on that. Yeah. So what you do is you just continue going until it's snug. That'll do. I'm just gonna have to do to filter it a bit. I haven't done that up enough, so I'm just gonna turn your ratchet to tighten. That's what I do. I just turn the ratchet to tighten. Just do it till it's pinched up. There you do. There you go. That's it. You don't need to get it any tighter. That's all. Don't over tighten this. So now here you go. You just want to pinch these up. There you go. That's it. That's all you do till it pinches a bit. That means they're all compressed. You don't need to get it any tighter. And what I've seen on YouTube is I've seen these people put these on really tight. So right guys, I've just got to get this. I'll grab this spanner here. And I'm just about to find my socket here guys. Just gonna grab me other socket here. That's far too loose, so I'm just gonna, I've forgotten my size, I'm gonna pause until I found my size. Right guys, as I said on each one, just don't over tighten. Just get it tight, that's all. Don't snug, there you go, that's all. Just a bit, just don't do any. And now guys, we're going to get this thing pressurised before we put this fully back together. Check that there is no fuel leak, and if there is, we'll have to fix it if there is a fuel leak. So right guys, we're going to go and run the fuel pump a few times. I might just run the pump a few times, then we're going to go back and check this. So don't bother putting the casing on yet. We're going to check to make sure that there's no fuel leaks. So I'm going to check that right now. Right guys, we're about to check for fuel leak. All you do to check for fuel leak is you run the pump 3 times. Here we go. All you do is you turn the ignition on. So now guys, I'm just about to go and check this, so I'm going to pause here. Right guys, we're in the car, now we're going to test that this thing functions, this filter. Hold on. I'll drop the windows down so you can hear the engine as well. Start it up. That was a very slow start there. We're going. We're going to let the fuel build up. Giving it a little rev up, just get the battery light outside. It's idling good. It's idling a bit up. It's big. There you go. It was very slow at starting there. But there you go, it's running. I'm only going to run it for a couple 30 seconds because of the car fumes. So now I'm going to shut off. So there you guys, that's just so you can see if it runs. So now guys, I'm going to go and put the fuel casing back on if there's no leak. So let's get back under the car guys. After the 3 pumps and then we start it, let's see if it leaks now. I hope there isn't any. There's a leak. It's a bit low, I did lower the car a bit. Nah, that's not good. There's a leak. Yeah, there's a leak, so we need to fix that. So right, we need to get under to sort this thing out. So I'm gonna put... Right guys, I have fixed my leak now. What I did to fix the leak is I just snugged these up a bit more. And I started it up again, and now it's fine. So now we need to get this casing back on. What's that? Just put it on the wrong way. There you go. There you go. Now we're going to get our cable ties, which I have got some new cable ties to re-tie this back on. And now guys, is what you do is I'm just going to spread this around the filter. I don't know how easy this is going to be, guys. So right guys, I'm going to pause until I have done this. Till I've rounded these rounds. You've got to join these up together, and I'll show you how to do it. So I'm going to pause. And I'm going to mount you, and then we're going to start this job. So right guys, I'm going to get our cable ties. And my aim is to get this back round. Don't know how easy this is. So right guys, I'm going to pause until I've threaded this round. Right guys, I've got it round the filter. So now guys, I'm just going to slot this bit in. This is an easy job, by the way guys, it's not that difficult. And you cut the excess off after. I'm going to add those around there. There you go. Once you've done that, guys, I'm going to find me cutters. I'm going to pause and find my cutters here. And right, guys, all your excess to get with these cutters. Once you feel that you've done enough, once you finish, all that excess you just cut off. You need 2 hands to just grip this. There you go, and you just get your excess. Yeah, looking as neat as I possibly can. And now I do, for now. That'll do, guys. There you go. Got it. Sums it up. That'll do now. Finished. So yeah, guys, that's it. Finished. And yeah, guys, we are going to go on a test drive on this video to see how this, see if this one's got any extra power. But we're not sure if we're actually going to notice, because this car is already really quick. This car, because this is the Aero Hot. These are categorized with horsepower. These, so you do need to make sure you get the correct filter. There is a 220 brake horsepower and a 180 and a 250 like I've got, guys. You just need to get the correct one. So just to let you know. So I'm going to pause here. We'll be on, get this lowered. So I'm going to pause here. Right guys, we're on the test drive and we're going to see how this thing runs. We're going to find out how this thing runs. I'm not sure if this is quicker yet. We're going to have to wait till this thing warms up a bit. And till we get an answer, we're not going to actually know. So I'm going to pause here. Right guys, we've been testing this thing out for a little bit now. This does feel a bit quicker, guys, this thing. Yeah, we have been testing this out and it does feel quicker than what it did before. Yeah. Yeah, so we have had a bit of an improvement on acceleration. But the reason I actually did replace it, because I don't know if the thing had been replaced before. Yeah. So that's the reason I actually replaced it, 'cause I weren't sure. So I replaced it because I've owned this car now for nearly 5 years, so this definitely does need a filter. And before I bought this thing was sitting for 2 years. So the filter's definitely 7 years old. So filters should be replaced like every 5 years. Yeah, so it's definitely overdue. So we got a nice clean filter in this now, and yeah, we have had an improvement in power. So I'm gonna pause here. Right guys, we're gonna end off this video. By the way, you know the washers, guys, that I used on the fuel lines? I will be linking this fuel filter in the description. And this fuel filter comes with copper washers. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend the aluminium, guys, because aluminium corrodes and copper don't. So you are better off having copper washers instead of aluminium. Yeah. I made sure, guys, that it had copper before I bought it. I made sure it did. Yeah. And I made sure that it was the correct filter for my car, which mine's a 250 brake horsepower. Also, they do the 220 brake horsepower 9.5 and a 180. You want to get that right, by the way. I don't know actually what's different about the filters, but that's different in some ways. But I hope you found this video helpful. So please subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any content like this, and also give this video a thumbs up and have a nice day.